So, y'all, I'm back with another episode of Are You Caught Up? And I am back with Love and Hip Hop Miami. I got my cocktail going on right about now, so get yours real quick while I sip mine so we can get into this Love and Hip Hop Miami. You heard? Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This episode was really kind of uneventful. Like, it didn't give me a lot, but it gave me something to bring to y'all and catch y'all up on this last episode. This is season 2, episode 7. So we getting down to the nitty gritty. We almost at reunion time. I think we're probably going to start seeing Love and Hip Hop ATL trailers very soon. So let's see. I hope they bring some new teas to the Love and Hip Hop ATL crew. But this is episode 7, y'all. So let's get into it. So the episode starts off with Amara La Negra at the radio station, just talking about her career, keeping us up on things. It was a real quick, short, sweet cut of the interview, and then JoJo walks in, and her and Amara get to kick in, and JoJo updates Amara about Pleasure P. What's going on with her and Pleasure P, which is nothing, honey. You ain't even give them no ooch. So it really wasn't nothing to report, girl. You was just reporting for the sake of having a storyline. And to be quite honest, I'm kind of glad that you and Pleasure P are no more, because y'all seem very oddballed, very odd-bodied. You don't seem like y'all had very much conversation. The most y'all probably did was go out to fucking eat and drink. I don't think that y'all did pretty much more than that. Don't look like you had too many in-depth conversations about life, love, and health. That's for damn sure. So I'm glad that ended really quick and swift, because didn't nobody want to see that shit. Wasn't nobody here for it. For real. Yeah. Wasn't nobody checking for you and Pleasure P to be together, JoJo. So I'm glad that's over. And I really don't like JoJo that much. I think that they kind of fed her things to be involved with, but I really think unless you're trying to explore the relationship with your mama and your daddy, I really don't want to see too much of you. You could kind of be just supporting cast, like, and I guess I feel like that's Wish. I'm not sure if she's in the opening credits, but we can keep her to a supporting cast member, because unless she's trying to spill the tea about her daddy and her family, she's really boring to me. So I'm glad that, they're not together. What I did like about that conversation is JoJo did realize that she has some daddy issues that she needs to take care of before she thinks about getting in a relationship, which is very true. You need to work out them family issues. Get your emotional self together. I do know, from my experience, I didn't know my dad for a part of my life. So when me and Senior together, we were well within into our relationship when I met my dad. But I noticed that once me and my dad were cool and we gained a relationship, I felt like an invisible weight was lifted off of me, which I did not know was really there. Like, I didn't realize until I thought back, and it's like, damn, I did have a lot of baggage based on the relationship I did had with my father. And even though me and Tone didn't work out subsequently, I do feel like I got clearer vision in regards to how to handle the relationship between me and Tone. So I do understand where JoJo's coming from with saying she needs to get her shit together with her dad and kind of work that out before she starts trying to work a relationship. And then we see that Amara decides that she wants to go down to the album release party and confront Kiara. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Amara claims that she's not messy, but that's what's some messy ass shit, because at the end of the day, that's something you could have called her on the phone and talked about. You know what I'm saying? You didn't text Gunplay on TV, so why would you want to have the confrontation on TV? That's messy, because it could go very left or very right. And depending on the mood and the situation and alcohol flowing, it could be real bad for you, Ramada. So, you try to portray this role like you're not messy, but you are very, very, very messy by wanting to confront her at an album release party, because truth be told, you'd be feeling some type of way if somebody did that at your shit. And speaking of Gunplay, we get down to Kiara's apartment and she's visiting with her mom and her sister. Now, I like the mom and the sister. The mom is very, very shy-town. Like, she would look like one of them Southside mamas that don't talk no shit. Motherfucking eat more annoying sausages and motherfucking 4-piece with mild sauce with lemon pepper. Every fucking day. Okay, she looks like one of them mamas who is God-fearing. She goes to church. I like the vibe that her and the sister gave. They seem very protective of her. And as they should, as we see further on in the scene that, you know, she talks about how Kiara got shot 3 times. Now, I didn't realize she had gotten shot 3 times. I do know she had got shot, but I didn't know it was 3 times. So she is definitely blessed to be here. She definitely has angels on her shoulder looking out for her and wanting her to be great and do great. And I can understand with being shot 3 times how you want to deal with Gunplay and his bullshit. And how it's like, listen, I done lost my life. Almost. I've been here, I done been gone and came back. So all of this little petty bullshit you talking about you doing and who you screwing and trying to screw and need emotional stability and support, you can miss me with that shit. So I'm definitely here for Kiara, for her standing her ground and letting Gunplay know that she not about that life. You could do that with the mother hoes, but you can't do it with me. You know, and at the end of the day, she had a good point as far as how she wants to focus the relationship with Gunplay. It's like, look, I'm not tripping about the past. I'm tripping on the fact of the here and now and in the future, how this is going to, you know, play out for our future kids and our future family. Like, I don't care about that. What's going to happen, you know, long term. So I love everything about Kiara. That bitch bad. That bitch hood. That bitch do shit that your bitch wish she could. Yes, God, honey, she gives me life every time she steps on the screen. I wish they would show more of her and Gunplay storyline than motherfucking Jessie. Not Jessie, JoJo and fucking Pleasure P. That motherfucking train wreck. And I said Jessie, and speaking of Jessie, because she's next on my list. Jessie meeting down with Trina at the restaurant. And Trina, you know, just being that sounding board, being that big sister that I like to see Trina in that role. I like her. I'm glad that she's taking that role upon more. Last season, she was kind of, I don't know if I really want to film. She still kind of had that baddest bitch persona, but now as we get into season 2, we see that she's being a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more open to filming with the other girls, because last season she didn't film with a lot of the girls, but she's open to filming with a lot of the girls and learning more about them and learning their story. So I like to see the growth in Trina. I think it's beautiful that she was able to, you know, just sit there, and even though she probably couldn't relate to what Jessie Woo was saying, she showed a lot of empathy in her situation, because it might not have happened to her, but I'm sure that it's happened to a lot of girls around the industry that she's come in contact with who have dealt with sexual abuse or sexual assault. It is definitely very common, not just in the music industry, but just in general around the world, especially within the Black community, because we are so hush hush, you know, with a lot of things. And I'm glad that they are given they're doing this and taking this platform to, you know, spread awareness and let everybody know that, hey, you're not alone. It's happened. And you know, it's all about how you bounce back from it. Now, I will say that Jessie did kind of surprise me when she had asked Trina, like, is that really how it happens in regards to you not being able to get nothing for free in the music industry? Like, I don't understand how you felt as though you was going to go in, they give you a track, they probably gave you the words to sing on the track, you lay it down, have the gall and the audacity to come out the session and then say, well, can I have it? No, bitch. You didn't put in on this, man. That's just like passing a nigga a blunt that he ain't put no money on for. Nigga, did you put some money on this? No. So no, they just not gonna hand you a fucking song. Okay? And why should you expect them to? Don't nobody work for free, Miss Jessie. You don't work for free. So why you expect this man to work for free? No, it don't work like that. It don't. Okay? So, but I'm glad Trina was able to give her some advice and just let her know this is how it works, this is how it is, and this is how it's going to be. And it's going to be up to you to build those relationships in order for you to succeed and get ahead and get those free tracks. Clearly, you and him wasn't cool enough like that for him to want to alley-oop you a fucking song. So you just got to get your, your networking game up, your relationship game up. And I'm sure that track will come that's right for you. I didn't necessarily like the track that you was on anyway. It was all right, but it wasn't all that. I mean, it was good for what it was, but it wasn't all that. Where I get that from. Okay. Then we get to Joy and her meeting down to the spot with the business manager. And the business manager explaining to her and the brother who was in a wheelchair that got shot 8 times. Just people just getting shot. Boy, shot 8 times. He's down to the business meeting with her. And basically, the business manager is like, look, if you want to move forward, you got to divorce this man. He got debt. He done filed bankruptcy. He is robbing Peter to pay Paul to pay Chuck. Honey, you need to get from up under this man. That's basically what she told her. And until you get from up under this man, you're not going to be able to proceed with what you want to do for yourself personally. And bottom fucking line, I feel like that's common sense. When you're married, you are one. So whatever he fuck up, by default, you fuck that up, and vice versa. And you got to divorce this man. Do whatever you got to do to divorce the man, so you can get your business off the ground. You know what I'm saying? You done lost the studio, which you was doing hair out of, which looked like a studio apartment. But you done lost the space where you was doing hair out of. So you just need to go. And I feel like I take that as a blessing in disguise, because that money you was putting towards that lease, you could put that towards your divorce. You see, God finds ways to make room. It's up to you to choose to accept the room that he has made and make do with what you got. Or you're going to sit and pout and cry in the car. But nevertheless, that money you was paying out on that lease, that money you could pay out to get your divorce. You know, because at the end of the day, he done fucked up all your credit, and he gonna suck you dry, and he gonna take your ass, auntie gonna take you down with him. He ain't worried about you. He don't really want to get divorced any goddamn way. So if he can drag this out as long as possible, that's what the fuck Uncle Trick gonna do. Uncle Auntie Trick gonna do is drag that shit the fuck out till kingdom come, honey. Then we get to Trina doing her thing, making her rounds, and she meets with Tarana Burke as a part of Red Table Talk, just doing some interviews for Jada and getting some real good information from women in the hip hop industry in regards to the Me Too movement. I did not know that that was a black woman who started the Me Too movement, and you wouldn't know that just in mainstream media, the way they have it packaged as a white woman's cause, but in actuality it was started by a black woman. So that definitely gave me dropped some knowledge on me that I was not aware of in regards to the Me Too movement. Trina kept it very nice, very classy, very cordial, very cute, and basically, gave her perspective as to how she felt in regards to the Me Too movement in the entertainment industry, and how she was able to maneuver and has been able to maneuver within the industry without being violated or that line being crossed. At least that's what she alluded to. Crazy thing about it is I remember Trina's brother being killed, but it didn't register until she mentioned it in the interaction with Tarana Burke that her brother was murdered in 2013. And I can't imagine, I said that back in my last video with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I can't imagine losing a brother. I love my brother so much. That's like my best friend. That's like my twin. So for him to be taken from me by his own hand or from somebody else's hand, I don't know how I would really cope with that. How do you go through everyday life just knowing that part of you was gone? Now she did mention that in her island culture, they keep the body for a few days, which is very, very weird to me. I would really like to know the significance of the body staying in the home. Just because I feel like once the spirit is gone, the body is just a capsule. I would much rather invite the spirit into my home than necessarily the body that housed it, because it is no more, but so somebody just let me know what the significance is of the bodies being in the house in the island culture. I'm not sure what nationality she is. I want to say she might be Jamaican, or maybe like Haitian or something, but just let me know what the significance is of the body being in the house. But I thought that was really interesting that she did that after her brother died. And I commend the fact that Trina, with starting her label, she basically wants to make the industry safer for other women, which I understand that, because a man is not going to find a safe place for you. Nobody is going to make you safer than someone of your own kind, someone that understands and can empathize with what you're going through and how you're going through it. So I commend Trina on that, on trying to make a safer space for women to come in and be themselves. Then we get to the album release party, Gunplay's album release party, and I said this on my last video for Love and Hip Hop. I really don't think MMG is really doing him justice in regards to promotion of his album, because like I said, I didn't know the album came out until Love and Hip Hop was on, and from what it looks like, it's been out since last year. So I think Gunplay is a dope artist. I just think he hasn't been represented as well as he should. And hopefully, at some point in time, he wises up and gets some different representation, different management to kind of, if he doesn't want to change record labels, at least get some better management to kind of push him and market him the way that he's supposed to be marketed. Because to be quite honest, out of most artists in the Love and Hip Hop franchise, he's one of the more talented ones. So I think that, you need some different management, Gunplay. Flat the fuck out. I mean, that's how I feel about the situation. Then we see Auntie Trick walk in. And you already know Trick looking at Joy like a fucking rib snack, honey. He know that bitch look good. And Trick know he ain't gonna never ever get no bitch that look like Joy to fucking marry his ass. Now, he might get a bitch to fuck him, because he motherfucking is Trick. However, ain't no bitch about to sign their life away for your ass, nigga. That's not what they about to do. And he know that. That's why he holding on for dear life to that bitch. But I think he should just go ahead and give Joy the divorce and move the fuck on. You got all of this. You doing all of this. You moving all of that. Just divorce the bitch and move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad Kiara came to support, for real. Like I said, I'm loving Kiara energy. I love the fact that she's like, look, I don't fuck with you, but I'ma fuck with you. Okay, and I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can do, I mean, until she's ready to take that next step forward with Gunplay. And only thing that Gunplay can do is accept it, because at the end of the day, guess what? She could have not showed up. She could have sat a little fat ass, cute ass on her motherfucking couch, or chilled with her mama and her sister, and not have to worry about this bullshit. But like she said in the confessional shit, I was there when he made the goddamn album, so I'm not going to come and show my support when I seen the work and the dedication he put into making it. So I'm glad that she showed up. Then Amada and JoJo walk in. JoJo ass was looking like a stuffed sausage in that dress. And there's one thing, I get being able to afford clothes to wear. But it's another thing to wear clothes and you can't fit them. Like, what's the point of affording them if you can't fit them? She just looks so ill-built and uncomfortable in that shit. She looks like she can't walk. She looks like she can't breathe. Hell, it looks like she can't see with them goddamn feather eyelashes. Like, I feel like JoJo could be a very pretty girl, but the way that she styles herself, and I don't know how she's a stylist, but the way that she styles herself, it's just so unflattering and so unattractive. It's like, girl, represent for the big girls, girl. Represent from the Latinas, honey. Them thick Latinas, honey. And wear you some clothes that fit. Like, you got rolls and all types of shit, and you trying to put them together with them Spanx. Like, girl, just stop. Put some different clothes on. Or if you're going to wear them clothes, wear a size up. Them clothes look too goddamn small. I mean, real shit. They look too small, and you need to take them off. But Amada and JoJo walk in, and of course Kiera see that bitch, and you know Kiera ain't with the shit. She shot town. She ain't with the shit. She got the nerve to bring her ass up in there. And like I said, this is something that you could have called her and said, because at the end of the day, that could have went real right or real motherfucker wrong. Okay, and luckily Kiera keeps it cute, keeps it cordial, and keeps it moving. She didn't give you too much. But best believe Amada scary ass was on the other side of that motherfucking pool table, bitch, and she ain't want no motherfucking smoke. And that's why she apologized quick, fast, and in a motherfucking hurry. Because she already know what it was. And at the end of the day, Amada, with your messy ass, yes, you could have played it off like, oh, well, this could have been business and we're both musicians. But at the end of the day, bitch, me and you cool. So if you trying to get to my nigga, you come to me first. Then you holler at my nigga. You hit me in the DMs to say, hey, do you and Come Play want to do this, and this? And then I'll holler at my nigga and I'll let him know what the tea is. And once he provides me that answer, then I'll let you know what the tea is. But you don't circumvent me, bitch, to get to my nigga. That's where you fucked up. And let that be a lesson to you, Amada, and all these hoes out here. When you know that a man has a woman and you have had interactions with that woman and you are in contact enough to either reach her through DMs or shoot her a text, that's what you do. That's what's appropriate. I can't stand a bitch that don't know her motherfucking boundaries. That shit, it irks my soul. Learn your motherfucking hoes out here. Learn your motherfucking boundaries. Learn what to do and what not to do and what you would require, what you would expect somebody to do for you. The same shit that you would want somebody to do for you and your man, that's the same energy you need to give them. But I'm glad Kiara stole her motherfucking ass out and let her breathe. Let that bitch breathe. And she kept it cordial, kept it cute, and kept it moving. Because at the end of the day, like she said, I got bigger things to worry about when Gunplay than your ass and his DM. This nigga a drug addict, an alcoholic, and he got mental issues, okay? I ain't got the time to worry about you, Amada. So, but I'm glad Amada came up and was like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Bitch, I don't want no smoke. And guess what, bitch? You didn't want no smoke. The car wash. I don't understand why Joy chose a car wash. Like, bitch, you do hair. Why wouldn't you do like a weed special or a pop-up shop with weaves or hair or something? Why the fuck would you do a car wash? Car washes don't make no money. Shit, AJ can do a goddamn car wash. And you think that is something because you washing high-end vehicles? Bitch, what you charging $50, $60 for a high-end car wash? Bitch, it didn't even look like you was detailing. It looked like you was just wrenching cars off and drying them off. You wasn't really doing no real wrenching. Come on, use your thinkers, Joy. Use your thinkers. That's why Chip be treating you the way he doing, be talking to you like this. Because you don't use your brain, bitch. You don't use your brain. Oh, my God. Now, listen, y'all. Y'all think that's Chaotic car? Chaotic pulled up in a Porsche, honey. And to be quite honest, that little barbecue stand don't look like it's pulling in no Porsche money. So I just want y'all to let me know. Am I the only one that think that was a Chaotic car? That was a rental from Platinum Premium Rentals, honey, down to the Miami, the South Beach that you can go and rent for the weekend. Or in this case, for the scene. Because I'm sure the fuck thinking that's what it was. With that being said, Chaotic pulls up and then Auntie Trick pulls up. Excuse me, y'all. Let me take a sip of my cocktail. Gunplay coming to Trick going to the damn car wash. Like I said, Trick a old auntie who want to be petty all the fucking time. Like at the end of the day, like Joy said, is you coming down here to bring me this money? And Trick is like, nah, bitch, I just want to come see you because guess what? I ain't looking at shit else but these niggas in this studio. So let me come down here and look at some fine ass that I ain't about to be getting no more. But I do feel Trick in regards to the fact that I don't think it's right, but I do understand Trick's rationale. It's like, I gave this bitch all the money in the world when we was together. Where the fuck that money at? And that's one thing that I always come back to in regards to shit like this. Ladies, we got to have something in the pot. Something. All this time you and Trick was together, bitch, you ain't putting no money, not a lick of money in a savings account. And if you did have money in a savings account, now is not the time to be modest. Okay? We have to start, listen, when I decided that I wanted to move away from Tone, no, I did not have exorbitant amount of money. But I had enough money and enough help to get my ass about that situation. And that's what the fuck I did. Okay? Got my own motherfucking shit for me and my son. And guess what? I didn't have to worry about where I was going to get the money from. Guess what? I wasn't getting, nigga, if I'm leaving you, I'm not asking you for no money. Only thing I asked that nigga to do was help me move my shit. That's it. I don't need no money from you. I don't need no time. Only thing I need from you is your time to help me move you and your son's shit into some new shit. That's all I needed you for. And I don't understand women like, oh, I'm with you. You took care of me. And now you got to put me up to get away from you. Like he said, I come from an old school nigga. You leave with what you came with. I told your ass to leave with what you can take. And I'm with that. I'm wholeheartedly with Trick. That's the only thing that I'm with Trick on. Okay? Other than that, Trick ass is some bullshit. He's an old, miserable auntie that needs to divorce this lady so they can go on and both be happy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Trick need to just go ahead and find him a white woman that's gonna put up with that bullshit, is gonna laugh it off and think that shit's funny. That's got her shit. But the white woman gotta have her shit together. It can't be no broke white woman. But a white woman that thinks that's funny and can take Trick or leave his ass, who thinks he's eclectic, honey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like Joy dug a hole that she got to get herself up out of. I do like the interaction with her and Trina, though. You know, at the end of the day, what are your good girlfriend / family for? And at the end of the day, Trina's like, I got to get from up under this nigga, and I got the means to do it, and I want to help you. So even though I'm like, she got to get her own self out, I'm glad Trina was able to come through as her cousin and her friend and handle that shmoney and say, look, bitch, go get your divorce. So hopefully, with Trina giving her that money, hopefully come reunion time, we see that Joy and Trick are divorced. Because if y'all not divorced, then Joy, I'm about to start side-eyeing you for real. Because at this point in time, it's not Trick, it's you. Gunplay meeting with the family. I like that scene. Like I said, the Kiara mama look like she is Chi-Town down, honey. She don't play them games. She not with the shits. And she let Gunplay know, like, listen, we not doing it. We not having it. And if you want her, you're going to have to be patient. And this is not, you can have it back when you want it back. She going to come back when she wants it back. And I like that advice. That was sound advice from a mother. And I think that Gunplay needed that. I don't think he has that in his life. So, and she gave him it real motherly. She didn't try to come at him as, you know, she didn't try to pop the neck, even though she did pop the neck. It wasn't on no popping neck and trying to cut him down. She was trying to give him some game. Trying to let him know, if this is what you want, if you want my daughter, then this is what you're going to have to do to get her back. And that's the problem with men sometimes. They think, oh, just because they say, I'm sorry, once or twice, then we just supposed to forgive and forget. No, nigga, that's not how it works. I'm gonna get over it in my time, when I want to get over it. And if you don't like the time frame, then you can go find and bide your time somewhere else. Same thing with Tone. I was supposed to get over the shit when he wanted me to get over the shit. No, that's not how it works. Especially if you're not taking the steps or the initiative to help me get over it. You're still continuing to do the same thing. So how can I get over? How do you want me to get over something that you're continually doing to me? That doesn't make any sense. You have to give it time, and you have to be patient. Anything in life worth having, you have to be patient for. That's an old school term. So I'm glad that the mama gave Gunplay that advice and told her, it's everything good is worth the wait. And I think Gunplay received that, because I really do feel that he loves Kiara and he wants to be with her. And he just gonna have to, bite the bullet for, no pun intended with her being shot. But he's really gonna have to bite the bullet and let her come back to him when she's ready. And I think Kiara will come back to him. I just think she's just trying to make him switch, as she should. One question I do want to know though is where Gunplay parents at? I hope next season, especially if him and Kiara get back together and they're trying to work towards marriage and stuff like that, we get into Gunplay's relationship with his parents, because I really do think that plays a large part in his addiction and the struggles that he goes through. Because when he was listening to Kiara's mom, it was like a plant being watered. That's what it gave me. Like, she's feeding into him water and nutrients and growth that he's been missing. So I would like to see, where Gunplay is at with his parents, if they are back for another season. Now when we were all at the car wash, Trina did come and invited Jessie, Woo, and Joy to the Me Too seminar. Oh, excuse me, I can't even get out, with Tarana Burke, which I think, like I said, is a good awareness for the show. This, like I said, this Me Too movement is when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's crazy to realize how much we normalize sexually explicit behavior, especially within the Black community. So I'm glad that they brought awareness to the plight of young Black women. I love the safety of it. I love that you could feel the energy of love and acceptance and empathy that emanated through the room. Ooh, big word, emanate. That emanated through the room. Although, like, I'm not discrediting her struggle, her issue, I did feel like Jessie was being a little bit dramatic, like somebody cued her to cry and to tell that. But at the same time, she needs that acceptance. She needs to hear that it's okay and you're not the only one, and she made a good point when she said, you can be a victim, but you don't have to be victimized by the situation. And that's very powerful. It's like, yes, you something happened to you. Okay, but that something happening to you doesn't have to affect the rest of your life. You have to accept it, move on from it, while at the same time you're moving from it, cope with what you have gone through, the trauma. So I like the advice that she gave. I like to see all the women of color in there. And at the end of the day, what it did do is it ended up opening up Chinese, was it Chinese Nikki? Chinese Nikki about her experience. And we come to find out that not only was Chinese Nikki raped, she was raped by one of her friend's relatives. And after they raped her, they threw her out of the car. Which is horrible. Like, I just can't, I cannot imagine. And she alluded to the fact that, oh, well, people say I put myself in position. I'm not gonna lie, like me and other girls, we've all put ourselves in positions to where we've been uncomfortable or put ourselves in positions where we know we ain't supposed to fucking be there. We know we ain't supposed to be there, but we think we grown, we got it, and it ends up trickling into something bigger, and so That's not an excuse to say, well, I put myself in a position. Yeah, you put yourself in a position, but at the end of the day, nobody has the right to violate you. Um, Nobody has the right to make you do something that you don't necessarily want to do. But I do feel, however, you as a person, not just as a woman, as a man, woman, grandma, granddaddy, child, you have to have the tools and the wherewithal to stand up and say, no, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do it. Yes, we all succumb to peer pressure, but at the same time, there's always, my mama always say, trust your gut. It's something in your gut that's telling you to do it or not do it. Though if your gut is telling you don't do it, then don't do it. You shouldn't have to bump your head to say, oh, I learned my lesson. You can learn I'm a firm believer in learning from other people's mistakes. And so I'm glad that they were able to get that all on the table, and Jessie was able to come to some sort of acceptance in regards to her situation and the acceptance of so many others. What I do want to say in regards to that is I would really like to know who raped Jessie Woo. I want to know who raped her. Just because if that person is somebody that I'm a fan of, because she said he got Grammys, he's living life, he doing this, he doing that. Who is it? I feel like if there's somebody out here raping bitches, Jessie, I feel like you done went this far. You might as well tell us who it is, girl. Girl, let the saints know who it is so we can be aware. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another thing about the Me Too movement that I do like, is putting these motherfuckers on blast. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the nigga gotta go to jail. That ain't my place to say who's. I'm not gonna never advocate for nobody to go to jail. But at the same time, what I am gonna advocate for is transparency. And if you know this motherfucker has the potential to rape somebody, motherfuckers need to know that shit, so we don't get put in that same position with that man. So I definitely think that Jessie Woo needs to spill the tea as to who raped her, and I hope Nina Parker asked that question at the reunion. I'm sure her Twitter and timeline has blown up, because I would like to know who raped her. And if you're not gonna say who raped you, yes, I'm empathetic to the story, but I don't want to hear about it. That's like dangling a motherfucking asada taco with onion, cilantro, and cheese in my face and telling me I can't fucking eat it. I can't. So, like I said, y'all, Love and Hip Hop Miami, this episode wasn't that eventful. Looks like next episode is gonna be alright. But yeah, so we're caught up. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. More videos to come. I'm definitely gonna get in here. Oh, excuse me. And do this cartel crew. But I'm gonna make me sketty first. And then I'm going to make the cartel crew video. So, like I said, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings. Have a good night, y'all. Oh, it won't cut off. 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 So, I'm still here. And I'm not going to cut this part off either. This is all going in the video.